Hey guys, welcome back to Road to Dark Matter. This is a series where every time I get a gun gold, I'll post a video with my best class, tips, stats, and progression. Hopefully some of you guys might find these videos useful, so without further ado, let's get into episode 7. This episode is all about the AK-74u. It was one of the best guns in the alpha and is still a pretty good gun, however just not as good as it was back then. You used to be able to beam people from across the map and even beat out assault rifles at range. However, it's just not quite the case now. It is the third submachine gun you unlock at level 19, which is quite an early level for anyone just starting off the game or anyone near Christmas. So definitely get your hands on this gun early on. With the right attachments, this gun mounts people and would definitely recommend it. Now for the best class and attachments. For those of you who've watched these videos before, you'll know this is a pretty standard class setup. I run this on pretty much any gun I use. So for the primary, I'm getting the gun that I want gold, so in this case it's the AK-74u. For secondary, I have a launcher. This is just to take down streaks because they can be quite annoying and you can get lots of extra score from doing this. I also have it close to gold, just need double kills and then I can get that diamond for all rocket launchers. For tactical, I run the stim shot. This just allows me to heal quicker and it is quite clutch in certain situations. It did get a bit of a nerf in the last update, but I haven't really noticed it. But I haven't played that much time, so it could be nerfed quite a bit. Like I said, I haven't noticed their change. Lethal, I run Tomahawk. This is just so satisfying, just getting like random throwing knives across the map. And it's just a lot more fun to use than the other lethals. For the field upgrade, I run the field mic. I do occasionally switch this to assault pack if I want to go on bigger streaks or in hardcore, but I tend to run field mic in normal game, core game modes. And it helps with some of the camo challenges later on. For wildcard, I have perk greed. This just allows me to have an extra perk from each category. So for perk ones, I have flat jacket and tactical mask, just that extra resistance to explosive damages and stun grenades, flash grenades, etc. It's just quite good, especially in domination where I spend most of my time playing. I don't know, like Cap and B, you get grenades and stun thrown at you, and it just makes so much a difference, taking less damage and being less resistant to the stuns and flashes. For perk 2, you have Scavenger, which replenishes your ammo, which helps for longer streaks. I also have Quartermaster, which recharges my equipment over 25 seconds, which is my sim shots, which is quite helpful, especially if you're in like a map like Nuketown, you're getting shot constantly. Having the stim shots there to replenish just is really nice and can help you out in clutch situations. For perk 3, I have Ghost and Ninja. Ghost just makes you appear off the map when the spy plane's above you, which is very handy, and Ninja makes you move quietly. This got a bit of a nerf in the last update as well. It used to be able to make you slightly resistant to the field mics, but that has now changed to Spycraft. But yeah, let's get into the attachments I use. For the AK-74u, I run the KGB Eliminator muzzle. This helps with the vertical recoil control and the muzzle flash concealment. It does have cons of shooting move speed and horizontal recoil control, but just having that extra vertical recoil control is quite good and the best one for that slot. For the barrel, I run the 10.3-inch Task Force. This is just for the extra damage range and bullet velocity, mostly for the first two. But it does have some big cons of max starting ammo, minus 25%, minus 20% vertical recoil control, and minus 15 horizontal recoil control. These are some big cons, so if you don't want those, I probably recommend the 9.3-inch VDV reinforced barrel. This gets you the damage range and bullet velocity, just doesn't give you the extra damage, but it doesn't give you those bad side effects. For the magazine, I run the 40 round speed mag. Occasionally I might switch up to the 50 round fast mag, but I just like having, because it has 20% aim down sight time con. This one has 25, so just being able to aim down sight quicker I think is quite good for this gun. It also gives you the extra bullets and reload quickness, so it's a good attachment to have. For the handle, I have the GRU elastic wrap. This just allows me to aim down sight quicker, which counteracts what I've done with the fast mags. It's 90% flinch resistance and aim while going prone. I like to aim whilst going prone, so it's a very clutch attachment for me. You can change it up, but I personally like that, and the able to drop shot is a good trait to have. For the stock, I have the KGB skeletal stock, which allows me to sprint to fire. Time is reduced, and aim walking movement speed is also reduced. It does have a con of hipfire accuracy, but I'm not going to be hip firing, so that's not a big problem for me, and is probably the best one in that option. But if you change up any, probably the GRU elastic wrap, if you fancy something different, or you don't drop shot, definitely change that one up. But yeah, let's get into the camos. So for the camos, I've got the first one is a spray, which is get 300 eliminations with the Ak-74u. This is nice and easy. You just do this naturally when trying to level up the gun to 55, I think it is. Yeah, 55 is the max. You get it by then. Same for headshots, they come naturally. If you do flank someone from behind, just take the time to shoot them in the head. You may occasionally get turned on when you're doing this, but it just gets you the extra camos quicker. For the classic camo, you need to get 5 kills without dying 20 times. This might come naturally to some of you, but if not, if you notice you're on a 3 or 4, just sit back a little bit, try play it safe for that last 1 kill or 2 kills you need to get this done, and it should be quite simple. The geometric one, you need 50 long shots. This one I did in hardcore, I think it was hardcore Nuketown at the time, so I just sat back and tried to pick people off from the long shot places on that map. Took me a couple of games. It's not the easiest. I think this is a 2-hit, unless they've changed it in a recent update, but it was a 2-hit at the long shot ranges. For Flora, you need to kill 75 enemies detected, stunned, or blinded by your score streaks, equipment, or field upgrades. This is where the field might comes in handy. If you place it inside a building in Nuketown, it covers pretty much the whole building, so you can catch people coming in, which they are most likely to if they're trying to flank you. Also, if you're struggling with this, put a stun on your class instead of a stim shot. That way you can just throw it and stun people and get some extra kills towards this challenge. For science, you want to kill 75 enemies at point blank range. You can kind of mix this with the headshot one. So if you flank people, get really close to them and shoot them in the head, you get 2 challenges done at once. But yeah, either just run at people or flank them and just get really close. As you can see in the first clip of the video for me getting the gold for this gun, I just jumped out the back of one of the buildings in Nuketown and caught someone just looking down the left-hand lane. So that's my strategy for that. And to kill 2 or more enemies rapidly 25 times, this again is an easy one. It just come naturally, especially if you're playing smaller maps like Nuketown. You can definitely run into 2 or more people at once, so it pretty much completes itself whilst you're doing all the rest of the challenges. This unlocks gold, which looks quite nice on this gun, and diamond looks incredible on this gun. It's incredible with all guns, to be fair. And then once you've got all those, you get the dark matter, which you're aiming for. Not the best looking, but hopefully when it gets unlocked, it may look a little bit better than that. So now we're on to the stats and progression part of the video. So this is my combat record at the moment. I'm Prestige 3 level 5, only played a couple of games last night when this season came out because I was making my other Road to Dark Matter at the time. But as you can see, played 2 days, 13 hours, 34 minutes, total of 484 games with a 1.45 win to loss ratio, carrying on a 1 win streak. Woo! My KD is 1.51, which is slowly creeping back up. Now I'm using normal guns rather than trash guns. Got 13,328 eliminations with a total score of 581 per minute. Eliminations per game has actually gone up from 27 to 28, so improving there. High skill streak is still only 24, which is a little bit sad. I need to get that higher, get at least a nuclear. For top weapons, I've got the AK-74u is apparently my top weapon. I got 1,347 eliminations of that, so that's quite handy. For zombies, I obviously same level, played 2 days, 7 hours and 35 minutes. We have 115 games played. As you can see, 86,000 eliminations, 337 elite eliminations, and my top weapons are the ray gun with 34,055 eliminations. This is when I went to around 101 and pretty much just used the ray gun for that, so that's probably why I've got so many of the kills there. So on to the challenges. I've currently done 63% of the career, 70% of battle hardened, and no extra dark ops challenges sadly. But as you can see, I've done more in this one precision. I think I did this challenge since the last time I recorded a video. Just need the collateral one to finish off that. Obviously, got 100% in killer and 100% in return fire. Got 33% in going ham and 33% in humiliation. Don't think I've done any extra in here, but as you see, 100% boot camp, 33% field specialist, 67% in elite operator, and 50% in grizzled veteran. Countermeasures, and 67% in grizzled veteran. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, smash the like button and subscribe for more content like this. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.